Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Man, I need to put a sign on in my closet that says, "You're putting on a sweater. Are you a dingus? Because it's flippin' hot. What is wrong with you?" Okay, now why don't I have comments on my phone? Oh, there they are. Okay. Hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hi, Angela. Hi, Sue. Hi, Ashley. Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Tina. Hi, Chris. Hello, Sheila. Hi, Trees. Beautiful, Trees. And then I come over to my desk and I have this sitting on my desk and I'm like, Trees. How are ya? How are ya? How are ya, Chris? Hi, Sandy Kling. How is everybody doing today? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. The season of grace. Have you seen now? Yesterday we put up a little something something. Today a little something something. So just keep your calendars marked for next Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then when we come back, I'm almost thinking maybe I might come on a little earlier that Thursday because that release is going to be so large that it's going to take me a while to show everybody everything if we go over it all again, which I probably will because I'm sure somebody's going to miss it. So, hi, Melissa Joins. I have a sweater on. I'm flipping. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. So hot. Ugh. Oh. I have my dudes on with no socks, but I probably will when I get home. Hi, Helen. I think Nick's making noise in the garage. It sounds really weird. But he did come and get my Dremel. And he had my drill. And I was like, I need some checkout cards. I need some checkout cards. If people start borrowing my stuff, I need some checkout cards. So he gave me the drill back. And he was like, I'm returning this. I'm like, all right. Dremel's next. Don't need a sweater here. It's 83, although it was 62 this morning. Oh, gosh. It's nice in the mornings. It's just like lovely. And it's beautiful at night. It's like got that wind and it's like a little chilly. It's beautiful, but it's still too warm. It's still too warm. You turned your heat on? Oh my gosh, my AC is still on. Well, not right now. I have all the windows open, which is kind of funny because every time, so I have the windows open, trying not to use the AC all day long, but as soon as Trevor gets home, I hear the HVAC kick on, and I'm like screaming up the stairs, all the windows need to be closed, because, Trev just turns it on, not thinking, and I'm like, oh, Lord. Okay, so yesterday, I got a restock of some Pintart stuff, and then I also got in some of these birch wood painting panels. They're 6x8s. They're really cool. I haven't opened it up yet. Troy, stop. I already told you, son, it's coming. So it's girthy. It's very girthy. It's 1 5/8 thick. So what that means is I could actually get my wood burning stuff out and use these for some of the wood burning because it's birch wood. You could definitely do that. But look at how amazing that is. But also look, that would be a cute shadow box as well because it's so girthy. It's got so much depth. But I love these little panels, especially because like Christmas time, you can do cute little you know, decoupage on them. But I just added them to the store yesterday. Well, they were in the store. I was waiting for them to get here, so I turned it on. So, again, seriously, you guys have seen him come in and out how many times? Mm-hmm. Why would he need? What kind of spatulas? Oh, right here. Something you want to take out of my inventory? No, no, no. Do you need a brand new one? You need a squeegee, not a spatula. This? You goofball. You said a spatula. He said, I need a spatula. You could have asked Troy. He gets them out of inventory all the time. The item number. That one's pink squeegee. Anyway, so these are in the store. Again, we might use this today. So, here's the little woo-woo. Birch. Anyways, everybody just all up in my inventory, man. Hi, Rochelle. Heat has been on for a couple, really? Good, cuggly, muggly, a couple of weeks. Yeah, it is a beautiful shadow box. And I was asked like what other sizes I would be interested in, so I'm gonna talk to them today. I'm gonna talk to Megan when we get off. Megan got super duper busy yesterday, so we weren't able to hook up yesterday, but we're supposed to talk when I get off of here today. So the dogs are probably going to keep on barking because Nick's in the garage, and every time Nick comes inside, they feel like they need to bark and let everybody know that he was in the garage and he's coming inside. So sorry for that. Let's get my desk on the screen. Happy Friday. Hi, Matt. Why does it do that? That is so bananas that it does that. Okay, so yesterday when we were leaving, ooh, you see how that almost sealed? And all I did was just put it on there slightly. Yesterday when we were leaving, I was talking about we're going to change the hinges on here. I'm trying to see because I can kind of see the holes there. I was trying to see if I'd be able to use the same holes, but I'm not going to. But look at these really pretty hinges. So we're going to change the hinges on the box because the hinges that were on here were just those, you know, janky old hinges. So we're going to put hinges on the box. We're also going to put some feeties on here, so we will need to paint the bottoms right away. I don't like painting the bottoms of my stuff because I'm always scooting it around on my desk, so I usually do that at the end, but we'll need to paint it in order to put the feeties on. And then also, I wanted to do a little trim around the outside just to give it a better blend from paper to paint because I didn't like that. And then we need to do a little something on the top here, which is the inside cover. And we need to put some wax on the borders here so that way it doesn't seal shut. So when I was leaving yesterday, I pulled out the Delicate Trim $7.39. This is Would You Bin. I do have the Would You Bin discount, TERI, with the 10 and the percentage sign. You do have to enter it in just like that. You cannot stack. Can I help you? Unfortunately, it says delivery time between 3:30 and 6:30. You know, so basically when I get off of here. But you don't believe me. You cannot stack. So what I mean by that is if something is on sale and then you try to enter in the discount code, it's not gonna stack. So any regular priced items, it will give you the discount, but you can't stack on a sale. All right, so hi Rita, hi Barbara Ross. So this is what it looks like. So this one is very, very, very fragile, as Nick would say. It's very, very fragile. So you're going to want to make sure that it's very, very warm before you uncoil it. And then also make sure you always recoil your trims, because this one is very, very delicate, but anytime you have your trims and you don't recoil it, you know, you're asking for it to just snap on you. Fragile. He always says you have a bunch of fragile stickers on your boxes. When he first said that to me, I was like, I have a bunch of what? Low 29? Oh my word. No, lay. Fragile. No, he says fragile. Fragile. You see this little hand is helping me dry? Okay, so obviously because it's going around the top, I'm not going to round the corners. So we are just going to miter the corners. I'm going to try. Because it is so thin, it will dry a lot quicker as well. So I'm surprised he's not outside with Uncle Nick, because, oh, I bet you he doesn't have the side door open because Troy will let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? So because I'm going to miter the corners, I am going to cut it long, but I always usually do anyway. So the rule to Would Bin, you want to always heat it up before and then after. So you see, if we leave that like that, even just while we, you know, finish up doing whatever we do, I'm telling you, it's going to snap. So just take a few seconds to recoil it. And I still didn't grab a rubber band. Prima sends me rubber bands with every order. So I have probably bags full of them. And I moved them because they were all hanging right here. Can't remember where I moved them to. Anyways, we'll just put that over there. All right, so you're the back. Not that it matters. Do I want the... Yeah, I want the... Because you see how it tapers down? I don't know. It never focuses when I want it to focus, and then it does all kind of weird things whenever I don't want it to focus. There you go. See how it tapers down here? I'm going to have that go on the inside. So we are going to just heat these up and make them as flat and straight as possible. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué dónde? Hold on, let me stand up. You guys ever stand up and think that you have a better view if you stand up? Okay, well, that didn't work. I'm standing up and I don't see it. I guess I'll just use this one. That makes me worried. Wait, I was condensing boxes yesterday. Did I move my blade somewhere and don't remember? Oh boy. I went brain dead. You put glaze over crackle. Yes, it's water-based. What? What? I put glaze over crackle. What? After I fine line crackle, I put a solvent based varnish over top, and then after that you can do whatever you want to it. That I'm not sure what you meant. But I don't have crackle on here, Chris, so tell me what you're talking. Tell me what you speaking. All right, so I'm going to hang some over the edge so that the excess is over the edge. I want this as straight as possible. All right, and then I've showed you guys how to miter 1,000,002 times. I don't like to butt it up like this. I don't think it looks good, but that's just me. You do whatever makes you happy. So we're going to follow that corner and cut straight down. Take off the top, take off the bottom, and then you got a happy little corner. Yay! All right, let's do the other side. Let's make this straight. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hi, Sybil. All right, let's straighten this out. Now, woodjebin does stretch a little bit. Hey. And you don't ever want to, when you're mitering as well, make sure your piece is warm before you cut that corner. So like this piece down here has already cooled off. So you just want to make sure it's laying straight with the box. Okay, I'm just going to stop turning that on and off for a minute. Sorry if it's annoying. And the same thing, we're going to put the blade right in the corner and cut. Then you take off the top, take off the bottom, and you got a happy little corner. All right, let's do our last edge over there. Let's flatten this one out. Hi, Laveda. Poor Ashley. All right. Now, the last piece is usually your tricky piece because you need everything to kind of be in its place, right? Let's work on this one corner first. And again, this particular trim is the easiest trim to miter because it's so thin. It heats up very quickly. But I will tell you, this wants to come out. I really am kind of wondering what I did with that blade from yesterday. Because yesterday was trash day, so all right, I could probably turn that off for a minute, and then let's go to our last corner here. And cut that. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's throw this in the garbage. Why would I not bring it back? Because I'm always afraid that Troy's gonna get it and he's gonna see a box and he knows what to do when there's a box. I'll have to remember to look for it afterwards. Okay, so I'm not going to obviously be a dingus and paint it on top of the box because the box is already ready to go. So let's paint it and get it all purdied up, and then we'll put it on the box. That was a dingus move though, bro. Really, Terry? If you only had a brain. So you cut your pieces specifically So don't just take them off of the box like I just did. Keep them relatively in the same order because the miters matter where they are. You know what I mean? What a bozo. That was a bozo move, man. That was a bozo move. And how about we not have this pointed up at your face? Because it's probably super duper hot right now. I am already feeling your adjectives and adverbs today. Yeah, fine line crackle. See what? I've been so good about doing it too the last few days. Fine line crackle is the only crackle in the Pentart line, and that I really know of. That is a solvent only top coat. Any of the other crackles, even Finnabair's crackles, you can get away with using water-based products right on top and in the cracks. So if you're doing the wall, Pentart wall crackle that I've been loving lately, or you're using the classic crackle or the transparent crackle or any of Finnabair's crackles, those are all water-based, so you can use like the antiquing gel or bare wax, what I always say don't use on fine line. You can do any of that before you seal it. Oh, I totally missed the trash on that. But fine line is the only one that you cannot put anything you want in the cracks. Any dry products you can, obviously, but then other than a dry product like a pigment or a mica, you do need to have a solvent in the cracks. Unless you seal it first, then you can do whatever your heart desires. He said a spatula. A spatula. Since when are these spatulas? When he said spatula, the first thing I thought of was like this. We need to teach Nick some crafting lingo, y'all. A spatula. Yes. 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 Finn has crackle. Yes, ma'am. Finn's crackle was the first crackle that I ever used. I still have Finn's crackle, her platinum crackle, her regular crackle. Yes, ma'am. I just haven't brought it into the store. There's a lot of products that I personally have that I haven't brought into the store. And a lot of that has to do with FOMO, right? I don't want to overwhelm my customers by bringing in so many things. I remember when I first started thinking about bringing in Prima, even though my cupboards are filled with Prima, I was hesitant because I was like, man, that I don't want to overwhelm my customers and, thinking like they have to buy everything, even though I will only bring you guys what I love and what I use personally and have tested and tried out. Even I still have a ton of Stamperia stuff. I might have sold all my Paints Decay, but I have pins and fabric stuff and mediums. But, you know, but like I always say, if somebody asks me for something, I will bring it. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm weird. I'm probably the weirdest store owner there is. Hi, Miss Kathy. Hi, Renee. Are you Are you off early today? I'm a fine line crackle lover too. Some of us be fin. Oh yeah. Like I said, I knew nothing about all of these other brands. All I knew was Finn. That's it. Finn. Everything. That's all I use. Finnabair paints, Finnabair mediums, Finnabair glues, Finnabair everything. Finnabair molds, Finnabair's tissue papers, Finnabair, I mean anything Finnabair made, I have. Waxes, liquid paints, and I've had them for years. I didn't just start using them when I brought them into the store. That's, as a matter of fact, another problem that I have is I have drawers full over there from all this stuff that's still in my living room, y'all, of Finnabair products that I had from the beginning. And so a little bit is a little nostalgic because, you know, I've had them since the very beginning. And I don't want to part with them, but yeah. All right. We've got our black on. Okay. Let's put that in the water. I'm sure that I'll be sorry that I did that soon. Hi, Natalie. My husband and I went out for her early dinner. Just got home and said, oh, how cool. I missed your live on Wednesday and watched it last night. You're considering doing a retreat in 2027. Yes. Yes, I am. And I was talking to Nick last night, and my head just went because I was like thinking of all the things. And Sue, I was like, how can I get Olga and here, and how can I get Nunu here? And I was just like, I want to bring you guys awesome, amazing, different things. And so when you have a mind like I have, where I have zero patience, I have OCD, and I have, you know, wanting to please and all of the, I mean, so my mind is going like, and I'm like, I can totally do it. Like, I have a year, 2 years. I can totally get them here. And we can have, you guys, it would just blow your minds. It would blow your minds. And the things that I want to do, I'm just like, I'm like, how short is it? Is it only going to have to be 3 days, 2 days? How much time do I have? No, I haven't been able to sleep. It would be beyond incredible to have Yvette. Oh, I already have messages out. Oh, I know. My head just went poof. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of, can I help you? It's not 3:30 yet. I don't know, honey. I wish I could get this man to come early. He doesn't listen to me. White gold would be amazing on here, but I'm tinking. Look at Sue. I'm just going to go right here for my waxes. I'm going to go right here. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't have to go way over there anymore. Sue's not going to yell at me and tell me to put him closer. Okay. So, remember we have the little art. Did anybody answer me? That is so not the right way. Are these poppies? I don't know. Anyways, I know I want a little bit of white gold. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. There's the white gold. But I feel like I want to put in a little bit of something in there. Just a little bit of something. Just a little bit. They are poppies? Okay. Will you have a limit of how many can sign up? I don't know. The retreat would be here in California. I don't think so, because if I can pull off what is in my brain, it would be an epic chance for people to learn things that they wouldn't otherwise be able to learn. Nunu's in Spain. Olga's she's from Poland. She's in Germany. Yvette is in the UK. And then we have our local amazingness too that I would want. So it would be an opportunity that why would I limit it? I mean, and I don't even know, limiting it might not be a problem. I might be like, oh God, I hope will they come is more of the issue. Is like, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm will they come? Will you come? So, I might not have to worry about limiting it. It will be more of an issue of, oh Lord, I'm got to be able to pull it off, because I don't want to bring people from all over the world and have just me in the audience going, teach me. Teach me. I'm here. I love you. They look like poppies. They're poppies. Yeah. Did you write it down? Did you write it down? Did I write it down? We will come. Did I write what down, Natalie? If you're talking about what's in my brain, yes, you should see my iPad. I got even a new pen. I got a new Apple pen, because the other pen I had was skipping and it was making me mad. And yes, yes, all of the ideas are being written down. Poor Nick's sister, when she comes this week for our meeting, she's going to be like, But if anybody can pull off greatness with me, it would be Nick's sister. And it won't be janky. We won't cut corners. That's another reason why I want to have it in 2027, because that gives me enough time to have enough funds saved up and banked so that there will be no corners cut. Everybody will experience amazingness. So we're just going to put we're going to put a little bit of the red underneath. It's on top of here, so I don't want it red, but I want little peaks of red underneath the white gold. You holla. So this is not going to be, I will put enough of it, but I don't expect to see much of it when I put the white gold on. Hi, Miss Connie. Hi, Andrew. Thank you for being here now. I get it, but the venue will most likely have a max capacity as well, hotels and other things. Right. Depending on what type of venue we're at. So, yeah. So, she will get my all of my ideas out, and then she will bring me to earth and say, Terry. And I will say, no. I'm just kidding. So I don't know. Again, there's a lot of ideas. I haven't even talked to Nunu or Olga or, Iveta and laid out anything. I just, because the thing is like, in order for me to lay anything out to them, they're going to need to know how, when, where, why, right? And I want to say how, when, where, why. This is how, when, you know what I mean? So we've got to get it all straight and mapped out first. But either way, it's going to be awesome. And if you don't know who Naneka is, Nunu, you're missing out. If you don't know who Olga is, good Lord have mercy. Y'all, most all of you know who Iveta is. But yeah. Sounds out of your league? Why, Chris? My introvert self will even definitely be there willing. Why would you say out of your league? I think it will be. Now, when I say that, like, they wouldn't come in and just be like unreasonable and be teaching things that are unreasonable. They're not like that. No. They are amazing at their craft and very thorough and easy to follow. So from someone who has never crafted before to a pro would walk away, and it would, they would be excited to have been able to just get a little bit from them. But again, who knows? They might not even be able to come. They are not even in the US. So again, you got to reach high, right? You got to have big goals so that way, you don't settle. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what'll happen? And then we got to have our favorites. Of course, I got to have my friends there. Our US friends, our amazing US folk. Miss Connie went over to the tubes. California is out of my league. Well, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but the red is still there in the background. But the white gold is what is, you see? So when we get it on top of the box, you'll see some of the red peeking through underneath. Almost just barely there types of stuff. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, and then with wood bin, you do want to use a good wood glue. You don't ever want to use hot glue unless you're in a pinch. You know what I mean? Like if you're on a live and something's not working right or it's not wanting to stick down. Yeah, just a very, very, very subtle hint of red. If you can see, it's there, but not really. You'll be able to see it more when it's on top of the gold because obviously the contrast, right? But it's there, but not really. Yeah, I would like to think that it's not in out of anybody's league. Like I said, um, we're going to do the way I'm going to have it set up on the website is so that way you will be able to make payments over the course of the year next year, and it's not going to be like a pay in four or, you know, because those are really difficult too. I mean, I don't care who you are, trying to spread a few $100s over like 4 payments is hard. So I will have it so that if you need to do it over the course of the entire year, you'll be able to do so. It's not time yet. I'm so sorry, honey. All right, let's heat these up and put them on. I'll sit on it. Go ahead. Dock it. Put it on there. Hi, Carol. Look at it. It looks like a mushroom. Us East Coasters could get together and maybe share a ride. Yep. I mean, if the West Coasters can go to the East Coast, the East Coasters can make it out to the West Coast every now and again, right? You need to have some patience. I know you don't like it, but it is necessary sometimes, son. I don't like it either. Okay, so you're going to want to heat it up before and after to make sure that it makes good contact with your surface. And then you guys know I can't stand that gap that happens right there. So you're going to want to heat it up really well and then make sure that you squeeze that. Unless you don't care about that. And, you know, because we all know I'm a weirdo, so. And now I am heating up the would you bin, and I am heating up the would you bin, and which in turn is heating up the wax that's on here. So I will have to go back over the wax with more of it because it's you know, obviously it hasn't set yet, so. Hi, Joanne. I'm a Delta Comfort baby. Well, the nice thing is, there are a ton of retreats that do happen on the East Coast, so that is nice. You know, there's There's always going to be one that you can find. I haven't traveled since the spinal cord injury, and it would be a huge challenge, but I would actually think about coming to see. Oh, I would love to see you, Treese. Thank you for the stars, Treese. You don't have to do that. And Joanne, you guys don't have to do that. Your presence here is more than enough. I very, very, very much appreciate it. Tree sent me a picture of some of the like ornaments that she made with the backings that I sent to her. Oh my gosh, you guys, they're so flippin' pretty. Yes, the Troy would be there, definitely roaming around. Running amok. Okay, so now you can see as we're putting this on, right? If you heat up your would you bin before it has set, obviously if you do this overnight, I don't like that. What's happening right there? If you do this overnight, you're not going to be able to move your would you bin, but before it has set completely and the glue has set completely, you can heat it back up and get it to move. There's some wobbly going on right here, and I don't like the wobbly. So I'm going to heat it up and straighten out that line a little bit. What the heck? And I know that it's going to put the texture from the paste is playing a part too, because I did put it out to the edges, right? So we just want to make sure that it's straight and not wobbly, because I don't like it. I don't like the wobbly. Oh, he's going to be in absolute heaven. All the ladies and any gentlemen, especially if they're like, oh my gosh, Troy, of course you can see my phone. Mistake. Very big mistake. Of course you can. Mistake. He'll have all your apps rearranged. You'll have a bunch of pictures of his face smiling in your camera roll. He might call people that you would prefer not to talk to. Ah, his phone's right here, charging. Uncle Nick is over here giving him sign language. I think he was trying to go to the side door to see you. Right. Our last side, and then we can... Oh, what am I doing? Yes, there will be. Hand over your phone. Nicholas? What the HE double hockey stick is that? What did you do to it? Does my Dremel look like this? Sell it in the discount section. And to think I was going to give you a new one? Uh-huh. So there's some of that stuff on my Dremel? The next time you ask me for a checkout, you're going to be leaving a deposit, sir. Hi, Miss Edie. Thank you for spreading the blessings. Can you imagine if I would have given him my, like, cute pink one or my baby blue one, and he would have given it back to me like that? He said sell it in the discount section. I wasn't going to tell him where the new ones were. He was standing right by him. Hi, Chihuahua. You almost made me curse on a live. Boy. All right. Let's make sure there's no wobbly wobbly, and then let's go back over, because this is crooked wobbly wobbly. It's not even wobbly wobbly. It's just straight up crooked. Then we're going to heat it up really well. Make sure we squeeze it. Okay, ¿dónde? You didn't what? You didn't learn that in Mexico? You didn't learn that in Mexico? Where are you going? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is that Bondo on there? That's Bondo on my squeegee? No, it's not my squeegee anymore. It's nobody's squeegee. Troy said you could use it. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right then. All right then. Thank goodness. So you don't have to borrow any more of my tools. Because you are cut off, sir. You are no longer allowed. A brand new toolkit for my Dremel? Ooh, yeah, but it don't work. It's not going to do me any good if the Dremel has Bondo on it. Hi, Chihuahua. I got new bits. Okay. Just got to clean the Bondo off of my Dremel in order to get the bits to work. That's all right, though. Oh, you still can hear me? Bye. Drive safely. He called me this morning. I was like, if you're calling me to tell me to come and get you because you're in an accident, no, ma'am. You are cut off. He started laughing. You're still here? Don't you got somewhere to go? More crafting, less talking. That doesn't happen here. I talk a lot. You know, instead of king talk a lot, I'm queen talk a lot. I have to talk. I can't just be sitting here silent. That's weird. It's weird. I'm already talking to myself. It's already weird. The neighbors probably think I'm a lunatic over here, sitting here just at my table, just talking to myself. Hi, Kay. Here we go again, laughing so hard I can't work. Exactly, Mary Sharkey. Go back to bed. You're not even supposed to be awake right now. Gee, my knees. He bondoed my squeegee. Sorry, y'all. I have to look at my Dremel. You guys know I love my Dremel. Oh my, okay. I got some new accessories. Okay, but Lordy have mercy. Look at how dirty it is. Bro, even when I do the resin, it's not that bad. We are, nope. That's just like, you remember, you guys? You remember when he took my fabric scissors and he used them on carbon fiber and he said that it was fabric? No respect. No respect for the crafting products. Okay, look at that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so I need to, we need to do a little playing bingo with yourself. What? Playing bingo with myself? What? Oh, the neighbors! Oh, Lord have mercy when I'm sitting over here calling out numbers. Oh, Lord, I didn't even think about that. They're probably like, I bet you I won't have any trick-or-treaters this year. Like, yeah, we can't let our kids go to the crazy lady's house. Crazy, yeah. We don't take candy from the crazy lady. Yeah, where they're playing bingo, talking to herself. You watch. I won't have any trick-or-treaters. Hey! All right. Let's put all those in the water. And we're going to get a little bit of transparent wax out. And we're going to put it around the edges. But first, let's get a little bit of CC's glaze in the top there. And then, I don't know what we're going to put. Oh, didn't I just open this yesterday? And then you go dirty up his tool, see how he likes it. Telling you. See, now, that's not even the way to do it. You know what I would do, right? I would just not bring it in. I wouldn't return it, right? And I would accidentally lose it, or I would at least try to fake it and, try to clean it off or something. Bondo. You know what? Now I'm glad he didn't ask for my spatula or one of my, like, something else. Like, no, that would have been wrong. I'm telling you. Never again. No more. All right. I really like this box. I don't know what you would put in it, but I think it's cute. I'm just going to run a little bit around the rim first, and then we'll buff it out. We'll buff it out. And then we'll do the transparent wax on the top, put some feeties on it. I'm really trying to figure out if I want to put anything in the lid. I'm almost thinking not to, unless it's like some type of 3D piece or something, because I don't want to try to stuff a stencil down in there and then it bleed and aggravate me because it looks all janky. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Nick did ask me, he's got like a comic book that's worth a poop ton of money. And he asked me if I could make a cover for it, because you guys know I used to make like the scrapbook journals and stuff. So he did ask me if I would make a cover for it, a hard cover for it. And I told him yes, that I would do that. And then I started thinking, I would wonder if you guys would want me to make that with you guys or nah. See, that's back in the day. I don't know if you guys even like that kind of stuff. Right, so we just cut one of Trevor's, a piece of Trevor's old shirt again, and we're just going to, again, that glaze, you can leave it, or you can buff it out. Totally up to you. It would, oh yes, like a really pretty ornament in there. Oh, that would be so pretty. First of all, he will not get on here. You guys literally, I don't know if you guys have really seen where I'm at. So I'm in what would be a study down here downstairs, and it doesn't have doors on it. When he comes to talk to me, he stands way over there by the stairs, because we were on Zoom one time and he came a little close, and I took the iPad off the dock and I turned it to him real quick, and everybody got like a flash of him really fast, and he just looked at me, but he won't come back. He won't come near me. And I think he's afraid I'm going to do that to him again. I don't know. But he literally stands way over there. When he handed me the Bondo squeegee, he handed it to me through the front, through this little aisleway right here. Yeah. Even when I was talking to Ashley on FaceTime, he was behind. He's weird. Okay. Now let's get a little bit. Oh, Bubba's, I don't like when you hang on the chair like that, because Mom goes to whip it around and then she's going to whip you with it. You're all of a sudden, you're going to see Troy's legs go, whoo! Oh, cuggly muggly. All right, so we're going to get some transparent wax. And where did the rag go? So you absolutely remember, paint to paint will seal shut. So I'm just going to take some, and we're just going to rub it all the way around. Big old chicken. No? Does he think he is in witness? No, he's not really shy. He's not shy. Nick's definitely not shy. But I don't know. He just... If you guys come to 2027, like, he doesn't mind. Like, he'll meet you in person. That doesn't bother him at all. But I don't know. There's something about coming back here or coming on camera that's not his... Not his thing. Chicken wang. I think I've only ever got Trevor on here like maybe once. And even when Trevor came on, I was like, son, you have to bend down. All they could do is see like your chest. Because he's so tall. He was standing up. I was like, you have to bend down. Not quite Troy boy status, you know, where Troy's over here hamming it up all the time. All right. So now it should be is good. So now we won't be like super glue sealing shut anymore. Okay, let's put our fancy schmancy hinges on. Didn't even notice that was there. Oh, we still need to paint the bottom because we have to put the feeties on. So before this completely dries out, let's do this. And then I'm going to dip my brush in a little bit of water. Actually, Nick has not slept yet. He, when he got off of work, he had to run to Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight! Ash! He had to run to Harbor Freight, and then he had to go do something else. And then he came home, and he was in the garage working on whatever he was working on, bondoing my squeegee. And now he's off again to go drop off whatever he is working on. I think he's working on somebody's dashboard for their car. So he has not slept yet. But it is his actual Friday, so kind of doesn't. He usually does run whatever errands or whatever he has to do after work on Fridays. Okay, now this is ready for some feedy weedies. Now let's see. So these were the janky hinges that it came with that we are 86ing. And I'm sure I have a better locking mechanism than that too, because if we're going to change that and make that pretty, maybe we'll just put a little handle on it, like a cute little woohoo. You know what I'm saying? You know, woohoo? You know what that is, right? The woohoo. Hi, Chihuahua. English is my first language. Believe it or not. I know it's surprising, but it is. Okay, let's see. My husband loves Harbor Freight. Lynn was finally able to get Megan in front of the camera. I know you can do it with Nick. Well, look at what I did. I had Megan in front of the camera every day for like how many? Poor thing. Poor Megan. She is amazing though. I needed her. Like, I needed her help. And although she was like, do I have to be on camera? And when I said yes, she went, oh Lord. She did. She did. She stepped up and was awesome. I love Megan though. Okay, so, oh no, y'all, it's gonna be too tall. Look. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. No, Megan got super busy yesterday, so we're scheduled to talk when I'm done here today. We have to have some better hinges than that, or we're going to have to put the same hinges back on there. Those are beautiful, but they're too tall. I don't know why. I probably had it moved down really far yesterday, and didn't recognize that it was too tall. I'm sure I have hinges, but I really like the ornate style of those. Well, that just put just a kink and everything now, didn't it? All right, well, poop it or scoop iters. It looks like we're going to have to put on those same doggone hinges. And I need one more feety, so I'm going to have to go into my hardware drawer. And I need to go into the hardware drawer anyways because I need a woohoo. Woohoo. Who do you have on DQ tomorrow? I have Lynn from L&J Goods is on tomorrow. Tomorrow is at her actual scheduled day that she was supposed to be on. When she was on the other day, it was because someone canceled on me. Sorry, I'm in the hardware drawer, which is now not in the same room as me. It's in all of these out here where it doesn't belong because it's still in my living room. So yeah, tomorrow is Lynn's actual day that we had on the schedule. So that's why it's kind of close together from when she was just on. So we have itty bitty hinges. We don't want itty bitty hinges. See, we have longer ones. That one's cute. It has like a little flower in the middle. I need another feety. Are you the same feety? Or nah? No, you're not. You're a different feety. Your hardware is different. The little knobbies are different. So, oh, we even have those little woohoo. They're just gonna be woo-woo now, since I couldn't figure out to call them handles like they are should be proper pop should like they should be called. Now they're just gonna be woo-woos. I'm looking for hinges, y'all, because I have you guys know I have a ton of stuff. I have a ton of feeties. But I kind of like the ones that wrap. Did we grab enough feeties? These are the wrong ones because I can tell by the notches on the side. There's only 3 of those. What do we have? 3 feet, Terry? Like, what on earth is your deal? I need another foot. A new word for Terry's dictionary. I know. Instead of, a handle. Oh, I have these really beautiful handles too. But that's probably too big. Yeah, that one's too big. I just need another feety, Terry. Like, seriously? This is what happens when you open a bag. Because although you might not be able to tell, those feeties are very different. That's because you're a bozo. You still have the bag on the table, you goober, that has the other feety in it. Wake up and smell the coffee. Come back down to earth, woman. Come back down to earth. You can do it. Okay. So we have, that one's probably the best size because I think this one's a little bit itty bitty. Oh, it's not too bad either. That one's a little, well, it's not too bad either. Okay, we got to figure that out. So we'll just leave those all out. These hinges are really itty bitty. I seen somebody just say, do I have black hinges? No, but we can make those black with no problem. I mean, yes. Do I have black hinges? I'm sure I do, because Lord only knows. I have hardware like no other from when I actually did my scrapbooking. I used actual hardware. So, didn't I have these in that box, though? That did not have paint on them? Ooh. I haven't consumed very much. Just what's in here. And it's still very full. I haven't had any coffee or anything. So why I don't know what the English language was. Obviously, I don't speak the English language very well since I can't even speak. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I didn't even have my iced coffee this morning. All right, let's get out some clean sets of hinges so I don't have to fuss with those being paint. Okay, so we obviously have some longer ones and some shorter ones there. All right. Okay. Those are still really, really pretty. Let's see something because we have 2 sets here. That one's obviously smaller. Looks like this one was probably the same size as the one I took off. I mean, they're not horrible. Just when we see these fancy, pretty ones. That's fine, I guess. Hi, Bubba's. I know, bud, but it's still not time. Who you telling? When did I not stop? I was sitting on that for the longest time. How come you have the hiccup-ups? You have the hiccup-ups. You have the hiccup-ups. Do you have... What's all shiny on your lippies? What are you eating that's so shiny, son? Something that gave you the hiccups. Can you, go get a drink, babe? Is that your drink right there? Can you drink a little bit of that, son? Please? You got the hiccups. I need to remember not to try to work between 4 and 6. Is Lamea here? Hi, Lamea. How are you? Long time no see. Terry, you have anything anyone could ever want. Are you talking all the bits and bobs? All the gadgets and gadgets galore? Gadgets and gadgets galore. Telling ya. That's why Nick. I told you to take a drink. I told you to take a drink. I don't have the hiccup-ups. Thanks, though. You're all right. You're the one that has the hiccup-ups. Didn't I have another? I did. I had 2. Troy. Troy, don't pick up your foot, son, because she's going to get under your foot. Onyx. Hi, Danielle. New to my page. Well, welcome. I always feel bad when somebody says that they're new to me because they're either going to love me or hate me because I am just chaos. That's why it's called Craft and Chaos. But don't judge me. The people here are wonderful. You'll love them. Me? I'm a little bit out there. I know this. I know this. As normal as I try to be. It never works out that way. Hey! What? What? I can't see what that is, son. What is that, honey? Can I see it? Oh, sooky now. Troy walked by showing me something or another. So, who knows what he got. Ah, Terry makes wonderful things. Through her chaos, she can sometimes. I'm just kidding. Welcome. I am very glad you're here. I am a little silly sometimes. It is Friday though. So, on a little Friday, it is a little bit worse. And I always have a ton of things on my desk. I was going to say, usually I don't have this much stuff on my desk, but that's a fib. That is a fibber wibber. All right, so, and I just noticed that those are crooked, but Lord knows I followed the holes that were already there. So we're going to have to fix that because you guys know I don't like crooked. I won't make you guys suffer through that, but I literally just put it back in the holes that was already there. Oh, man. I guess I could have paid attention to that. That is going to drive me nuts. All right, so we'll fix that. We will put the feeties on, but what are we thinking? So I'm not going to put that locking mechanism on there. I mean, it's it will open, obviously, if it's like that. If we put something inside, it'll give it a little weight to hold shut, but I think it'll be fine. The velvet is amazing in there. It feels awesome, the velvet powder. But, so, we might need the feeties on there to give us the full effect, huh? So, let me hold it like this. Right? Stay. I almost feel like that one's going to be a little bit too long. I don't know. I guess it's not awful. So we have that one, which is the longest one of the three. I'm not loving that one. This one is the middle. Whoop. I think that one is probably the happy medium of them all. And then we have the itty bitty, which is, again, I don't hate any of them. They all are fine. All those wood products are crooked most of the time. Yeah, because they're not, you know, they're not expensive little, the wood pieces are not expensive by any means. So yeah, they're mass produced, so the holes were crooked, but I obviously didn't pay attention. Middle is best. I like the middle. Okay. So I can't see the holes as easily here, which is probably a good thing. But you guys already know. There's no way in this earth that I'm going to slap that handle on without pulling out a ruler. Sorry. It's just how I roll. All right, so let's put my MAC ruler, which is amazing because it has a 0 in the middle, so you know where middle is when you're at 0. So we've got not quite. All right, so we're about What is that, Papa's? Mama can't see it. Oh, your earbuds. Where's the other one? Is that what you're asking me? I don't know, Pops. I haven't seen earbuds in a long time. I don't know where the other one is, honey. Mommy can help you find it. All right. Let's get out some different screws because all of these have a little bit of paint on it. And I keep a little jar back here. Of screws. Let's just not open it and it go flying. Hi, my gal. Lisa! The feeties are going to add, yeah, right? They're just, it absolutely positively needs feeties. Lisa, how are you, my sweet friend Lisa? All right, let's grab a couple of screws that don't have, that don't have paint all over them. But I don't want the long ones that are going to go through the inside of the box. Whoops. Excuse me, Ani. Okay. So, Put that other one right there. Heh. And again, because of the wood that it is, it's soft wood. You don't have to start the hole with anything, or, you know, it's very soft wood. All right, so before I tighten that down all the way, I'm going to straighten that out and then get the other one in there, and then we'll tighten them both down. Kind of like when you're putting lug nuts on the car. Don't tighten them all. Go in a star. Oh, you sew and you quilt? Oh. That has happened to Treese a few times. Okay, so that is our, see, and then it's cute, right? And then we don't have that, because this, the little cheapy is not the business. And then you open it up, it has, you can't tell, but I promise you that velvet powder looks absolutely amazing in there. And then let's get our feeties on. Now, I am not going to, because I can almost bet, yeah. I'm going to use heavy body gel to put these on, which if you know, heavy body gel will not let this puppy move anywhere, because the way that this is set up is that their screws go here and screws can go here and go into the box. The box is not, again, it's not like this, right? It's not birch wood. If I start putting holes like that in the box, it's going to go through the inside, and then it's going to go through that velvet powder that we laid down, and it'll be a mess. So we're just going to use heavy body gel. I'm going to put, can that go in the wall? No, that cannot go in the wall. Well, it's probably pretty. All right. I'm trying to put this back on so, you know, I don't hit it, and then we have all kinds of baby screws all over the place. Let's put these back in the box of hardware, wherever that went. Who knows? It's probably sitting here in my face somewhere, but anyways. Okay. And that can go in the water. That can go in the water. Okay. Now, we're not going to boot scoot that around. So we're just going to take a little bit of CC's glaze and glaze the bottom really quickly so that the entire box is finished. Top, bottom, sides. You all know how I roll. You need to finish everything. So because I am putting it on as a glaze, I'm just kind of slapping it on everywhere. Now we will put this in the water. And we'll buff out the glaze with just the old rag that I was using earlier. And again, if you want to leave it, you can. Totally up to you. Buff out that top layer and then buff it again. And I see the white that's coming from the shirt, and it's from that edge that I cut. So I'm actually going to not cut this one and then buff this out. Not sure what's happening right there. It's almost like Maybe something was on there. Because that's white. Again, I know it's the bottom, but you guys already know. You already know. I don't know. There's something right there. Anyways, I'll figure that out afterwards again. And then let's get some heavy body gel. Heavy body gel. Which, you know, if you want nothing to ever move or come off, heavy body gel is your best friend. So I'm going to go ahead and put heavy body gel in the creases there where it's going to make contact, and then we'll get a silicone brush and get off all the excess. Heavy body gel transparent is the one that dries clear. Be aware I do have heavy body gel in matte on my website as well, but the matte does not dry clear. Works just as great, but the matte you'll want to take a little bit more time and get off all of the excess, because you'll see the heavy body gel will be opaque when it dries. It won't be transparent. Okay, so glossy, transparent, matte is not. So let's come around here and get off all that excess. So now, even though this does dry transparent, I always tell you guys, you don't want that blob drying transparent, right? Okay. I love that she says, I have not been 7 for very long. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness Danielle is here now and not when I was doing the dress form and making the jacket on that poor thing. She probably would have been like, yep, I'm new to your page and I'm out of here. Just kidding. All right, let's get another feety on. And we're going to really make sure we've got it up in that corner, butt it up, and then take a few minutes to get off all the excess. This would be really pretty to have like a pretty gift in here, or like I can just see like an ornament that was like had a bunch of shine or like glitter that had reflected like beautiful lights or something like that, and they open the box because it has the velvet powder and it's all jet black inside. You could even put lights in the box so that when the box opens, the lights come on, and have like a pretty ornament in there that maybe had like the family picture in it or something like that. That would be really pretty. Then they can keep the ornament and the box. Right, same thing. Almost done. Then I will leave you guys and see you back tomorrow on Decoupage Queen Creative Hour. See what else Lynn has in store for us tomorrow. And I will talk to Megan, so I will be able to share with you guys some details about the L&J Goods takeover that we're going to do. All right, let's get that last leg on there. And I'm making sure to put enough heavy body gel, especially in the corners and the edgings here, because that's where it's going to make the contact at and where I want it to stay. And since it is the box and these are feeties without being screwed down, it's going to probably boot scoot around wherever somebody has it. So we want it to make good contact, because you all know you're not going to be able to get these feeties off. And if they do come off for some reason, it's going to take a good part of that box with it. However, Heavy Body Gel has never let me down before, so I actually have some molding on a table that I did, and I wish I would not have put the molding on with Heavy Body Gel, because I would like to get that molding off to change the table. It's a half moon table that I still have in the front room. But look at that! How cute is that? Let's get some more of that off of there, because that don't look cute at all. So we just took a plain box. I'm pretty sure this box was like from, I don't know, Walmart or Factory Direct Craft. It was just one of the, simple little boxes. Little wood boxes. But what we did, we put some rice paper on. We put some, not rice paper, fabric tissue on, which this is in my store. Again, the name is the Fashion Flora. These scraps, just like this, are coming to you, Ashley, with this long, annoying piece. And then we use a pretty stencil on the top. And you guys, again, you can't tell, but it has beautiful velvet powder in there. And I think I am going to just leave it plain, because if somebody does put a gift in there, I don't know. I just think it's pretty just like that. But I love it. I love when we can take something so simple, a plain wood box that was just nothing, and then turn it into just this cute little keepsake, right? And if you did put a gift in there, or you put it even on your like vanity, because I don't know if you do it, but like when I take off my watch, and I take off my jewelry and my key, put my keys down and stuff like that, I always throw it in like a little dish or something. So you could even put something like that on your table, so that you could put your stuff in there, throw it in the box. She needs side handle rings. Huh? That's a lot. Hi, Lori. That's a lot. To put the rings on them. Thank you. Do you guys know what Sue's talking about? Did you see what Sue's saying? See? You guys always talk about me having gadgets and gadgets, right? Hold on. So Sue's saying that it needs side handles. I'm not so sure. I think it would be a little much, but that's what she's kind of talking about, is like having like, how can I do it without my hand being in the way? So it looks like this. How can I do it without my hand being in the way? I don't think I can do it without my hand being in the way. Anyways, but she's saying it needs like some handles on the side. I don't know. Might be too much. Dangling rings? I don't know. I don't know how I can show you guys without my freaking hand being in the way. Where's the front? I don't know. Anyways, maybe if somebody wants them on there, I would be more than happy to put them on there. So Alrighty, you guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow on Creative Hour at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, I am going to have an auction on Sunday at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. I think the box is too small for that. I just think it would be a little bit much to do, like, because it has a cute little handle at the front. You know what I'm saying? It's got a cute handle on the front, and then we have handles on the side, and then we have the feeties, and I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot going on. I like it kind of how it is. It's pretty. So, alrighty. So, Danielle, thanks for being here. I'm glad you found us. Hopefully, we'll see you back again. Tomorrow, I'll be on Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour at 3 o'clock Eastern Time with Lynn from L&J Goods. Sunday, I'll be back. I'm not usually on Sundays, but I'll be back here on Sunday for auction for a couple of the items here in the back. So hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. Even if you're not going to buy anything, you guys know that we always have some kind of antics that happen on auction day. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe Sunday. Talk to you later. Bye.